Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. It has been quite a while, 2 weeks now. A little bit of a winter break. We're coming back. We're starting 2021 strong with an unusual theme. We're looking at songs with unusually long titles. And to start this off, we're going to look at one that was the most voted for in the polls for this theme, which comes from the band Horse the Band. The song is "I Think We Are Both Suffering from the Same Crushing Metaphysical Crisis." So, yeah, that is an album cover right there. That is what that is. All right, let's get into this one. Let's see what's going on with Horse the Band.
Dilation of coronal aperture in 3, 2, 1.
Really interesting samples going on. Almost like a false start going on. Lots of like chip tune samples being used. Nice halftime. Very interesting. I almost don't think these are chiptune samples. I think these are actually samples from old school games. Drummer's just killing it. Just from shred the groove, just on a dime. I really have no idea what to make of this. song. We've checked out Horse before, and I don't remember being this confused about him. I like that little drum fill that brought us in here. Nice bass line. I'm actually digging this part. It's a nice chill section. Lots of really cool things going on in the drum work with the snare. Almost like some counterpoint going on there, but like an interesting use of it. That tone. Yeah, they've explored this emotion quite nicely. I don't. Well, that happens. I don't know what was going on in the beginning of this song, but that ending was phenomenal. Like, it was. Oh man, they just took one idea and they ran with it. Just like seeing what can we do here, and almost had like a post rock feel to it, but it was just done so expertly. Nothing's really sat on too long, and I really appreciate that when it comes to those long drawn out slow builds. The beginning was hyper chaotic, hyper frantic. We were constantly switching um, between sections and like singing styles, playing styles, textures, tones, ideas. We had speeds, a little bit of thrash, and then we had like a groovy rock, and then some sludge, and then there's just back to back constant changes. And then we entered the ending, and I really enjoyed that ending. It was so good. The ending is just like the final half of the song. It's just so well composed to explore a single topic. And I really wish the rest of the song had kind of taken that same idea, I'm going to assume maybe that there's a reason for this that fits in possibly with the narrative of what's going on. And kind of what did they call it? The metaphysical crisis. Maybe some of that has to do with the chaoticness of the beginning, and the ending is that heavy weight of the crisis. I don't know, but the beginning just makes no sense to me at all. At, the best thing I can say about it is that a lot of the sections do seem to have some sort of flow going between them, despite not having strong transitions. A lot of it is just, you know, the fourth beat of this bar, we're doing this. The first beat of the next bar, we're moving to something different. There's no transition going on at all. It is literally just moving between different ideas, and it is just all over the place. I mentioned that we went through like four different rock styles, metal styles within a minute, but we also went through a bunch of different vocal styles. We saw that super harsh style that we introduced the song on. Then there was the cleans, and I really like the cleans. I love a lot of the downtime that's going on in this song, whether it's the cleans or if it's the instrumental sections. I love a lot of that atmospheric work that they've got going on. Um, what is up with the chiptune sounds though? I don't really remember hearing too much of them in the ending, but they were extremely prominent in the first half of the song, and I just don't understand how they fit in with that. It's just interesting. Maybe that's just their thing, and I don't remember the first track that we checked out from them. I just don't. Maybe I don't remember that. Maybe they always have chiptune stuff in their songs, but that definitely threw me off guard. I was not expecting that at all. Um, let's talk about the beginning though. All right, you want to talk about a false start? We had the opening, which was like a really quiet, somber opening. Somebody had said something, and then we get really into it. We get a single sentence from the vocalist. I think it's maybe a bar, and then we've transitioned into a new intro. I really thought that that first line we were going into the first verse, but it to me it really felt like a false start, which is interesting. We don't really hear too many of those in metal. We usually have intros. We have intros into intros. I've mentioned a couple of times Dream Theater when we checked out that song by them. Was that Octavarium? They definitely employed that where we had multiple intros. I would say, sort of like an intro to an intro. Um, but I don't think we've ever had a false start. Basically, a fake intro. It feels like we're going into the first core section of the song, and we're actually starting another intro. A little bit of a fake out there. So that's interesting. Um, but like I said, I think the real meat of this song is the ending. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on in there. I mentioned at one point the two guitarists were doing some. I said it was kind of like counterpoint, but like a really unique counterpoint. And what I meant by that is that they were not playing background lines. Both of them were playing melodies, but neither of the melodies were exceptionally strong, where I would call them a lead. They were both supporting melodies, and normally counterpoint is two lead melodies. It's two lead ideas, sort of sometimes fighting for the spotlight and sometimes interweaving between each other and sharing the spotlight. And this one was more like two of the underlying melodies that you would put underneath a lead. Neither one of them were there to steal spotlight. They were there to sort of accentuate what would be going on if there was a lead. And I really wish I knew more about what was going on in the song narratively, thematically maybe, to kind of understand why they chose to go with this idea. It's wonderful. It really got me off my caught me off balance, and I would love to know how it fits in because it is so unique. Like I said, normally you're going to have at least a strong line, whether it's two strong melodies or one strong and one supporting. And this is more like two supporting. Neither one of them were just strong enough to carry the song. They weren't really doing anything together. It was just like these two secondary lines existing. Neither one of them really vying for spotlight. Neither one of them really uplifting the part, making the section stronger by being there. They were just there. And that's really interesting to me. Um, it's almost like they wrote lead lines, like they wanted to write counterpoint, but then it took away too much from the atmosphere and sort of the emotion building that they were going for, so they just kind of weakened them, like just cut out their strength. Left it with two weak melody lines that just kind of are, and it's kind of phenomenal. I don't know. I'm gonna be thinking about that for a while. That's just I can't say I've ever heard anything like that before. So that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of some other things to say, but I think this is a song that really requires multiple listens to have anything really worthwhile to say. The beginning was chaotic. I barely could begin to delve into anything before it was gone. So the chaos is really the only thing that stuck with me. Um, oh, I do want to point out though, just their skill in covering so many different ideas. They were I was kind of leaning towards like some aggressive hardcore, a little bit of progginess at the beginning. Um and the way that they really interweaved some of the hardcore vocals with stuff like sludge, cutting between halftime and double time, and just kind of changing everything up and just going with all the punches. Like, whatever style they were going for, they just nailed it. Very proggy, but then at the end, they just kind of switched gears entirely. And just lots of versatility in these guys as far as both composition and performance. Uh, you know, um, it is something kind of unique to rock and metal is that your composers are your performers. You do see that a little bit in jazz. Um, well, when jazz was new, you saw it a lot, actually. Nowadays, there tends to be more of a divide, at least from what I've seen. Classical, though, you have your composers and your performers. They're not usually one and the same. So there's always something unique to modern popular music, especially when you get into rock and metal, um, and even some pop rock. You get stuff like that dude. I can't think of his name. He does like live loopings of his music though. Plays guitar and sings and stuff like that. John Gom, any of the modern finger guitarists. But yeah, like a lot of the modern popular music, outside of pop and electronic, you really get into a lot of composers and musicians combined, and it really is sort of a modern phenomenon. And it always amazes me to think that people are writing this stuff and also playing it. So that's just that's something I don't think will ever stop fascinating me, that these people write these complex things and then also perform them. They do both sides of the music. So yeah, I got to give these guys props, not only just for coming up with this insanity at the beginning, and then of course the beautiful emotive exploration at the end, but also for being able to perform it as well. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up right here. This is we should probably do this one time. Um, Songs that need a second listen. This is a song that I think I would get more out of on a second, third, or fourth listen, and really have some strong arguments and criticisms for, rather than the surface level read that I get on a first time, because it is such a dense piece. And there's been a few of songs that we've checked out that I do not get a grasp at all, and I feel like my analysis ends up being a little weak, a little thin. But it's really just because that the music is so dense that it's just really difficult to grasp onto any sort of strong criticism or strong concept to talk about. And this is just one of those songs. So I'm gonna stop rambling here. We're gonna finish this one up. And this is where you guys come in, though. I let you know what I thought about it. You can let me know what you thought about it. Hit me up in the comments your thoughts and ideas and opinions about Horse the Band and this exceptionally long titled song, which is actually on the shorter end for the week. It's one of the shorter titles. Oh man, we got some long songs coming in. Not long songs, but long song titles for the rest of the week. Tomorrow we'll look at second place. Wednesday and Thursday will be the randoms for the high and low, and Friday will be my personal pick, which I'm excited for because I actually know this band and I did not know they made this song. So that's pretty cool. They've been on the channel a couple of times. They were one of the first ones we've checked out. And then we've looked at a couple of songs over the last year. So really excited to have them back. All right. So if you'd like, you can check the description for some links down there. Link to the Patreon and the Twitter if any of that stuff interests you. And like, subscribe, and ring the bell. They help out the channel immensely, and if you're interested in getting updates about the channel, they can help out you. All right, I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. UTC as usual. And until then, you guys stay safe out there and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.